going to be reviewing a 2005 Ford Freestar SEL. Before I begin today's video, I would like to thank my mom for letting me review her awesome minivan. If you guys are not familiar with the Ford Freestar, it's a minivan that Ford built from 2004 to 2007. So it's got the 4.2 liter V6, produces 201 horsepower at 4,250 RPM. So it's not the most powerful minivan you can get, but it's not super wimpy. We've got the pretty nice trim. We've got the SEL, which there's the S, the SE, the Sport, and the SEL. Not to mention the titanium is the top trim. Okay, so I was wrong. The top trim is not the titanium. There is no titanium model in the Ford lineup for the Freestar. It's the limited. I apologize for Freestar owners. So, as you can see, we've got the vents that are mostly in old minivans. There have been some in recent years in Mercedes, so there you go. And we've got this body pinstripe thing right here that's not standard. I'm pretty sure that's not standard. We've also got the side rails right here. It's very cool, but I don't think it really helps with anything, and it could potentially snap off in a crash. Also, over here, we've got these mud flap things, which we actually do need some of the time. Not to mention, check it out. So we've got the 16-inch wheels. They're alloy. I'm pretty sure they're alloy, aluminum alloy. The tires are pretty fresh, only have about 15,000 miles, 15,000 miles on them. So relatively fresh. They're General Ultimax RT43s, so they're pretty good tires, pretty good. Also, I forgot to mention, we've got black mirror caps, and the whole thing is like black, not part of a blackout package or anything. It's just standard, so not super cool, but still very cool. Up in the front, we've got the chrome grille. The chrome grille is on every single model except for the Sport, which is, the grille is black for it, and that's about the only difference there is for the Sport. So not like the Sport model. Yeah, that's not the greatest option. Also, halogen lights. Here we go. We're gonna take a quick look from the driver's seat. So we've got this fake plastic wood trim. All right, fun fact of the day. So you see this right here? This turns on the lights. So whenever you turn them on, here's a major problem with this car. The battery is always, okay, that's annoying, is always very weak. So if you leave on the lights in the inside, in the interior, or the headlights, it dies after about 10 minutes and you can't start it back up. So Ford, you need to work on that. We've got the tachometer. It says we can go 120 miles per hour, but well, we haven't tested that, but the fastest I've seen this go, well, probably I don't know, maybe 90 miles per hour at the fastest. Also, if you look right here, this says it can rev to 6,000 RPM. That's not true. The red line is not indicated, but it's around 5,500 RPM or so. We have had it once up to around 6,000 RPM, but that was not on purpose. So then we've got obviously the power. Again, max power is available at 4,250 RPM. So it's pretty low, and max torque is like at 2,000 RPM. So pretty good. So we've got the infotainment of sorts. It's actually pretty functional, pretty easy to figure out, like air conditioner, I don't know what that is, and it gives heat or cold. You've got the fan, how hot or how hard it's going, and you also control that with that. That's the climate control. You can also, for the front, you can like warm up the windshield or whatever. So yeah, like in the legs, all that stuff. It controls like the vents here. There's vents above these pedals, also in the passenger wheel well, so yeah. And we've got the caution thing, which we do use occasionally, but it's a pretty reliable car, so it hasn't broken down on us. So I hope it doesn't do that. Another quick fact, it has 4 speakers, only 4 speakers. We've got here, also in the other door, and back there behind the seat, back there, I'll show you in a second, there is the 3rd, and then on the other side, the 4th speaker, so not very many. Here we are, we're gonna check out the inside right here. We've got, obviously, tissues, the essentials. That's a speaker. So, like, half of that stuff right here is, like, fake. So, that's not very good. Also, another thing, you could turn this into, like, a van, a work van. So, these seats, we've had them completely removed before, so you can actually completely remove the seats from, like, their bottom, their housing things or whatever that is right there. Alright, just as I promised, we are going to show you how to put the seats down. So you can fold down these seats into the load floor right here. So it gives you like a ton of extra space. Again, you can take out those 2 passenger seats. You can just take them out and you've got this like super long load floor thing. Also, I apologize for the mess. Alright, the how-to video. How to put the seat down into the floor right here. So there's actually directions right here. Pull and release strap 1. Strap 1 is right here as indicated. So you're going to pull that, and evidently that pushes this down. This right here pushes it down into that. So it's like a little box thing or whatever, so that in turn you can pull this lever, grab that, and pull it down, and you bring it into the floor, which I'll show you how to do in a second. There we go, and I didn't break it. So once I'll show you, and so in the inside right here, it's pretty flat, and when you take out the seats, that's even better. So in a second, I'll sit in the rear seat, which is extremely cramped. So just for the sake of the review. Time to be cramped in the back seat. As promised, we're gonna be in the back seat. Here we go. Ow. Ow. Not very comfortable. So yeah, we got the captain's chairs, and we've got the interior, which is called medium pebble. One of 2. I forget what the other interior's name is, but, well, you know, nice and cramped. So down here, well, my knees go pretty far up, and then we've got this nifty little thing. You sort of just pull it out and click it into this thing right here, which is hard to do with one hand, but yeah, so it's pretty nifty, but very cramped, not very roomy. Alright, real quick, I'm going to give you guys some buying advice. So, there, again, as mentioned, there's several trims, the S, the SE, the Sport, the SCL, and then the Limited, not the Titanium, I apologize, the Limited. So, there's not much difference in the variations besides the badge on the back. So, I would really say the SE or the S is probably your best bet. The Sport doesn't offer much sportiness. The SEL and the Limited aren't that much different than the S and the SE trims. Like, if you want it to look luxurious, you can just get the more luxurious wheels. So really, the best idea is to get one of the lower trims if you can. And though there are a lot of rusty examples out there, there's probably a few down south that you could find for a good price that don't have a lot of rust on them. As always, I hope you liked today's video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe for some other cool videos.